As a real estate professional, you will probably come across a variety of different forms of ownership for real estate. In this section, we'll explore several of those forms. Real estate may be owned in severalty, or may be owned by multiple co-owners who take title together as joint tenants or as tenants in common. Property may instead be owned by a business, like a partnership, a corporation, an LLC, or syndication. Finally, we'll explore ownership of condominiums, cooperatives, and timeshares. These types of real estate communities may present some differences real estate professionals should understand. Let's look at each of these forms of ownership more closely. Ownership in severalty. First, ownership in severalty may sound complex, but it's not. Don't let the word severalty confuse you. Although it sounds like several, when someone owns real estate in severalty, there is just one owner for the property. Instead of associating severalty with several, try thinking of it as severed or separated. When you have ownership in severalty, one person owns all of the rights that come with owning that piece of real estate. That means they can use the property themselves, allow others to use it, or formally lease or rent it to others. The person who owns the property in severalty can also take out a mortgage against the property, sell it to someone else, or transfer it by gifting it to someone else. Finally, an owner in severalty can also devise their real estate, meaning they can leave it to someone else as a bequest in their will after they die. In states where transfer on death or beneficiary deeds are authorized, the owner of the property in severalty has the authority to devise property through the use of those tools too. It is important to understand that although severalty means one owner, that owner does not need to be an individual person. A business entity or a trust may also own property in severalty. One important caveat is that some states provide for a marital interest in real estate, even if property is owned only by one spouse. So even if one spouse owns property in severalty, the other spouse will be required to sign deeds or other conveyances affecting the property because of their marital status. Example. Let's look at a couple of examples of ownership by severalty in action. Joe and Sally sold their home and executed a quit-claim deed to transfer ownership of their home to their friend John. The deed shows that the grantee is John Doe, an unmarried person. John now owns the property in severalty. Now, let's assume John is married, but he and his wife decided that her name will not be listed on the title. Even if the quit-claim deed shows that the grantee is John Doe, married to Jane Doe, John still owns the property in severalty.